Legend has it, it embedded the souls of lost soldiers. It's only bad luck if you kill one. Flight Squall? It's a visual example of what people face in life. It's a representation of a journey, the likes of which young adults transition into real adults, mature enough to face the world on their own. Being an adult is more than just an age. It's more than the right to vote and the right to drink put together. It's about realizing that you're in control of life and that you need to take responsibility for it. Today the adventure begins. Today I leave the path that he had chosen for me and instead take my own. Chuck is the narrator. He's forced to live up to the expectations of his father that was basically set by his brother. His brother got a scholarship, so his schooling was set. He's known to be the nerdy kid that always got A's on the test. He's never really been known for anything else, and he doesn't like that fact. He's really insightful throughout the movie because he makes statements that really open your mind to what's going on. He's caring. He really analyzes things, and he just tries to be open to situations and accepting and learn everything he can, and he does pretty well in it in the movie. Dean Preston is a rebel without a cause. He always needs attention, but needs it to a certain degree. He doesn't like people telling him what to do, what to say, or how to act. He does what he wants, whenever he wants. But later in the video, he definitely grows up a little and cooperates on the ship and learns that he can't accept people for who they are because of the fact that the ship members accept him because he can't read or write, he can't spell, he thinks he's stupid, and later he develops the fact that he's not stupid and he is able to accomplish things if he just puts his mind to it, and he puts his mind to it with the help of the other ship members. Frank Beaumont is a snobby little rich kid that always has followed his dad's orders. It doesn't seem like he can think on his own, but at the same time, he is smart. He definitely seems like he needs attention all the time, as shown when he acts out when he's drunk after his fight with his father, and many other situations that happen. Shay Jennings is the first mate on the ship. He definitely shows some curiosity because he knows everything about everyone on the ship and has to tell Skipper. He shows courage when he jumps off the high part of the ship. It's just one high part. It's not the highest part. That would have been Dean. He shows that he knows a lot because he's been on the ship a lot and he's dedicated to the ship, obviously, if he's first mate. Gil Martin is insecure, a little bit awkward. He definitely tries to get along with everybody but doesn't know exactly what to say. That's shown the first thing he says to Chuck is that his brother died. You can definitely see that he blames himself for his brother's death because he wasn't there to report that he fell and he was found in the morning. He has nightmares and is a bit attached to the memory of his brother to the point where it ultimately leads to his death. In the end, it just comes down to one thing. You can't run from the wind. You face the music, trim your sails, and keep going. This quote is the transition into adulthood. As a child, you never had to trim your sails, face the music, and keep on going. As a child, you could get somebody to do it for you, like your parents, or somebody who really cared enough. As an adult, you have to do it yourself. You have to take hold, you need to grow up, you need to take charge and do it yourself. It definitely showed when Gil had to climb the ropes. It showed when they all faced the white squall. It showed throughout the whole movie when everybody was transitioning to adulthood and maturing and understanding that they were going somewhere and they needed to do it themselves. It showed them that even if they have a problem, they need to stick through it and just get through it, and they can't always run, because if you run from a white squall, you are definitely not getting away from that. It's a giant wave. Some of us are here for discipline, some for an escape, and the rest don't even know why. I'm not sure where I fit in, but I can see a small piece of myself in each of them. I think I'll have friends here, and I hope this will be home. Ultimately, this experience made them face themselves. They had to face their fears. They went through tough situations where they had to work as a team, so they learned how to work as a team. They learned that they need to take charge. They learned that the only one that's going to do it for them is themselves, and they need to step up to the plate. It definitely showed a lot of steps in maturing, because at the end they were all a team. They all went far. They all knew what they were doing. They could all do it themselves. They all knew that it was them that had to decide what they were doing and not their parents, which was a big step, especially for Chuck, whose dad was always pushing him to get a scholarship and be focused on mainly school, and Frank, whose dad was in control of everything all the time. Ultimately, for all the guys, they just learned to be themselves. It was a journey of who they are and what they need to be in life, and they all came out with a different answer for that, but it was equally good for all of them. You told us where we go one, we go all. Well, we believed you. We lived by it, sir. And now you're saying where you go, we can't follow. The albatross wasn't just a ship or a school. It was something that was made. Something that's inside of us. That's who you are, Skipper. That's what you gave us. You carried us. Now let us carry this together. Okay, so the question was, do I agree with Skipper's tactics? I do agree with Skipper's tactics. I think that even though he was tough on them, it made them learn that they need to shape up and they don't have enough time to just screw around and do whatever they want. They need to shape up quickly, and the fact that he even says that when the chef asks him if he thinks he was too tough on them, that they do need to shape up quickly, and they don't have their whole lives to do it. They need to get on track of things and just grow up the way they're supposed to. I love the way that Skipper made Gil face his fears and climbed the rope, because you never know, something could happen and he might need to someday, and if he just is afraid the whole time, then that's definitely not going to go anywhere, and it'll just end up being worse than it should be. I think that they all learned something from him, and the fact that they did love him in the end just proves my point that he did what he had to do for them, and what he wanted to do is exactly what he ended up doing. He showed them the way that they're supposed to be, the way that they need to be, and just did what he had to.